everyone, welcome to another learning episode. Last time I talked about how to write the hypothesis of the study. Today I'll share with you how to write the theoretical framework. But first, let's define first what is a theory. A theory is a system of ideas intended to explain something, while a framework, on the other hand, simply means a conceptual structure. So in our research study, theoretical framework will serve as basis or support in explaining an idea in our research paper. When we talk about theoretical framework, it is a review of existing theory or existing theories that will serve as our support in writing an argument for our research work. There are three main steps that we could follow in creating our theoretical framework. First step is, of course, we have to find the best and the most appropriate theory for our research study. How could we do that? We could do that by looking into our research problem and identifying the key terms in our research paper. For instance, our title is The Critical Thinking Capabilities of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Students. What's the main variable we have here? Of course, it's the critical thinking capability. Now, since we already know the key term, the main variable, all we have to do is just open our computer, key in the word critical thinking capability, and then, or you could just say theory about critical thinking capability and then press the search bar, and then automatically the internet will generate a plethora of information for all of us. After following the first step, the second step is you go on writing now. Once you already have chosen the best and the most appropriate theory that will serve as your framework or that will serve as your basis in writing your argument, the next thing that you can do is to explain that theory. So we can explain by introducing the theory first. You could say, this research study is anchored on the theory of, you can state the name of the theory. You can also share the proponent of the theory and the year it was established if these information are available. After that, after the introduction, the next thing that you're going to do is to explain what the theory is about, what is the implication of the theory. After writing one paragraph or two or three paragraphs about your theory, you could now proceed to the third step, which is showing the relationship of the theory to your research study. In this third step, what the researcher should do is to establish the connection between the existing theory or theories and the research study he or she is conducting. Well, aside from discussing the theoretical framework, I'm also going to share something really interesting to all of you. I know that this is going to be beneficial for everybody here in this community since a lot of us are doing researches. So this is what we call the Scispace Copilot. Actually, they messaged me and asked me to review this product. What is the Scispace Copilot? Scispace Copilot is an artificial intelligence research tool that helps students search and find relevant papers. It also explains confusing text, math, tables, and graphs. And aside from that, Scispace Copilot also has a chat facility where you could easily ask follow-up questions and receive answers right away. So let's try and discover the Scispace Copilot. Let's try and discover how the Scispace Copilot works. The first thing that we're going to do is to key in Scispace Copilot, search it, and then click the site. As you can see, this is how the site looks like. The initial page will tell us what Scispace Copilot is. It's an AI research assistant which highlights confusing text, math, and tables. It also has a chat facility which helps us ask follow-up questions and get instant answers. And at the side, it has a login and sign-up facilities. If you don't have an account yet, all you have to do is to press sign up and the site will ask for some basic information about yourself. Even if you don't sign up, you can still manipulate the tool and search on information you would like to know more about. Scispace Copilot is a repository of the uploaded research papers and academic articles. It has a chat facility that will help us understand the paper more because it will explain all about the abstract, the methods, and you can also ask some questions and you can get answers right away. Let's find out how this Scispace Copilot will help us in finding the most appropriate theory for our research title. For instance, our title is Differentiated Instructional Materials in Learning English. The first step in finding the most appropriate theory is go back and see our key terms. So the key terms in our research title are learning, and the other one is differentiated instructional materials. So the theory that we have to find has something to do with learning, and it also has something to do with differentiated instructional materials. Differentiated instructional materials come from the concept that learners are diverse. So one theory that comes to mind is the multiple intelligence theory. Now let's try and see multiple intelligence theory or articles related to multiple intelligence theory. So we have it here, and then we'll click it. Now if we want to read the full paper, all we have to do is just click the full text below, and the tool will direct us to its site where we could read the full-blown paper. If you don't want to see the full paper, all you have to do is just click the title. It will direct you to this page where it has a chat facility at the side. The chat facility has already questions. All you have to do is just click it for the information you would like to know more about. Just like this one, I asked what are the contributions of the paper, and instantly the chat facility will give us an answer. So these are the contributions of the paper. That multiple intelligence theory is an inclusive pedagogy that could better inform teaching or learning in higher education. It mentions positive impact of multiple intelligences theory as well. One of the limitations I notice in using this tool is that it cannot answer all of your queries. It can only answer information that is found in your research paper. For instance, I'd like to know more about the future work suggested in this paper. However, since the research paper uploaded does not contain any information regarding its future works, the tool cannot provide me an answer. One feature I like about this tool is that although it provides possible selection of questions already, you can still provide or key in your own question. Just like this one, I want to ask about the recommendation provided in the paper. Now, if the paper has information about the recommendation, it will provide me an answer right away, just like this one. One best quality of this tool also is it explains math and tables found in the research manuscript. All that we have to do is press the purple icon there and then copy the whole table. After copying the whole table, just drag it at the side where our chat facility is found, and then automatically after you drag it, the chat facility will give us a comprehensive explanation about the table. Just like this one, as you can see, the facility is already generating its response. So there it is, the comprehensive explanation about the whole table. And these are the functions of our Scispace Copilot. As you can see, it could help us in finding theory, and at the same time, it will perfectly help us in finding literature related to our research paper. I hope this one helps you with your research endeavor. Thank you everyone, and keep on learning.
How often have you needed to set aside a research paper because it was just too hard to read? Let's be honest, a few times, right? Well, this is how 1 million researchers and students worldwide are reading research papers and saving their time. This is Scispace Copilot, and it's basically an AI assistant that explains the text, math, and tables in academic papers. You can also ask it any questions like, what are the key takeaways from this paper? Or, what conclusions does this paper draw? It will give you instant answers. Scispace Copilot is super convenient when you're conducting your literature review, as you can just highlight the abstract, like this one here, get an explanation, and see if the paper is relevant to your research. The assistant takes away the confusion while reading papers, and what you're left with is a deeper understanding of what you've just read. It's free, works with any paper, in any language, and lets you import your Zotero library. Pretty cool, right? So go ahead, click the link below and make your life easier.